Good afternoon and welcome to Annandale Distillery. It's Saturday the 13th of June 2020 and my name's David Thomson and I'm the co-owner of Annandale Distillery and I'm one of the founders of Annandale Distillery, and with me here in our historic bonded warehouse is our cask and whisky specialist James Rogerson.
Hey there.
And on the camera is our general manager David Ashton Hyde. Because of the coronavirus situation, we're all, of course, socially distanced. Now, what we're going to do is one of the greatest delights, actually, of being a distillery owner is that we have to monitor the progress of our whisky during maturation. And it's always very interesting to check on some of the more exotic casks that we have. And today, we're going to have a quick look at this cask here, which is a Chateauneuf du Pape red wine cask that was filled in October 2018. So it's nothing like ready to be whiskey, but we're rather intrigued to know how it's progressing. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to ask James to pull the bung on this. We'll take a sample and then we'll just see how it's progressing. Of course, we're not going to fill this one at the moment, but it'll be noted down, its progress will be noted down, and then we'll bear that in mind, and maybe 6 months or a year's time we'll try it again. James.
The honours.
Done.
Just rouse this up.
So what James is doing there is called rousing, but of course, as you will realise, alcohol is less dense than water, so if you leave a cask, effectively the alcohol layer eventually floats to the top. So we need to mix it all up, make sure it's evenly distributed, and then we'll take a sample from the cask using something called a phalange. It's like a great big pipette, actually. Oh my goodness, look at the colour of that one.
There we go.
So James, you've got the young nose and the keen palate, so maybe you'll take us through this one.
Totally.
Oh yeah, why not? If you just put it on there, I'll pick it up from there, James.
Slip it there.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have the job.
As well. There we go.
Right, so...
So just a little bit about these. Something quite interesting we done with these casks was we actually did a tasting of these at 6 months old, and the colour was different, shall we say, in terms of being very pink, and there's a really kind of jammy sort of strawberry sort of note to it as well, really summer kind of fruits. I mean, if you look at this now, you know, the incredible difference there. You know, there's that sort of, I think there's kind of more browning sort of notes coming in there, so it's looking a lot darker.
It's still got a bit of a pink hue to it, or reddish hue to it, James.
Yeah, it's
very golden and brown, and I mean, for 18 months, this is already quite dark.
And you can actually, the nose of the spice is actually coming through. It kind of sort of hits the cinnamon, I find, it's coming through in here as well, just ever so slightly.
And is that always that caramel kind of cream soda note that's associated with Annandale? It just seems to be in everything, doesn't it?
It's that sort of, that must be that new make character just coming through there at the end. There's also this fantastic thing with Annandale whiskies, is this sort of wonderful sort of buttery note on the palate. That's what really stands out to me with our spirit.
No, I mean, there's no way that this whisky is ready. How could it possibly be at this age? But I will say that it's already got some complexity. It needs to mellow out a lot more. Yep,
it certainly does. There's still a little bit of quite fiery at the back of the palate, but that'll disappear eventually.
James, if I put that in there, would you put a splash of water in it?
Yeah, of course.
If you do 50-50. Very awkward, all this social distancing, but you know, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
It has to be done, I'm afraid. So. What's interesting about these big butts, I think is it 450 or 500 litre?
It's a 500 litre.
500 litre is the ratio of the volume of liquid inside to the surface area of cask, inside surface area of cask. If you have a bourbon cask, which is 200 litres, you get much greater contact with wood than you do with one of these. So you're not going to get the rapid maturation in a big butt like this that you would get in a whisky barrel. So that's one of the other reasons why you have to leave it for quite a long time. We would imagine the oak will still be quite active. Certainly withdrawn some of the wine character, but I've diluted mine roughly 50-50 with water. So we'd imagine this is probably about 61% alcohol by volume. So this will be down to about 30ish. So we'll give it a try. Still very dark though.
It certainly is.
Ah, it's got a nice character. It's coming away fine. There's a bit to do. It's definitely not ready, but it's it's gone in the right direction. And again, it's got that buttery caramel note that I really like actually.
Kind of the viscosity in there as well, in the palate. It really coats the mouth.
So, well, James, I think we'll get that one bunged back up again, and we'll go and try something else. How's that?
Oh,
Anyway, not bad. We're happy with that, aren't we? We're happy. Good.
Cheers.
Excellent. Cheers. Thank you very much.